Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. One of the most ridiculous playoff games I've ever watched. The Sharks have somehow found themselves in the Challenge Cup final, despite maybe a very iffy performance and deserved. Well, I mean, I suppose you've got to make it to the big moments, and they stood up in the big moments. And I tell you what, Sia Masuku, remember the name. Remember the name. Phenomenal off the kicking tee tonight. Absolutely flawless, literally flawless. And the difference as they went and came back from 13 points down at a stage to beat Claremont 32 points to 31. It was an incredibly weird match, but a very, very entertaining one. Now, before we go through it and tell you exactly what happened, where and how, and who the big stars were, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so things didn't start particularly well. Initially they got an early penalty through the boot of Siamasuku, but an early try from Durant and the conversion from Bellew meant that they were down 4 points after 6 minutes, but then started to build a bit of momentum simply through Clermont's lack of accuracy. They at one stage, I can see, I think 8 penalties by about the 30-minute mark, and a lot of those inside their own territory and very kickable for Sia Masuku. Show today, it doesn't matter where the ball is, if it's in the opposition half, he can nail it. So they traded a couple of blows here. Masuku with 2 penalties, 8th and 30 minutes before a penalty from Bellew put Claremont back in front. It was then the Sharks who went back in front through the boot of Masuku before Durant went through for his second try in the 19th minute. This time, the conversion being missed. Sia Masuku then added 2 extra penalties, 25 minutes, 28 minutes to take the lead back again. But then it was all the momentum just shifted to Claremont, who finished the half on start. That final 10 minutes of the first half almost threatened to derail. In fact, pretty much the 29th minute, so the 30th minute to about the 45th minute is what really threatened to knock the Sharks out. A try from Newsom converted 2 late penalties, including one after the Hooton half time, and then a penalty in the first play of the second half meant that they were suddenly 13 points down with 20 minutes to play. But the big moment in the game, I think, was the yellow card to Batista Delgado, who reduced Claremont down to 14 men. Sia Masuku then converted the try scored by Vincent Koch. A couple of big scrums all of a sudden towards the second half. You kind of felt that things were up in the air. But just as the Sharks were building momentum, bang, yellow card to BITDEFENDER, down to even at one stage because of the yellow card to Claremont. So they were 14 on 14, but then they had 5 minutes without. And I tell you what, come with the hour, come with the men. A very, very good box kick from Grant Williams, brilliantly regained by Eben Etzebeth. They shifted out wide. Phenomenal hands. I think it was Vincent Tuka got an offload in behind him was defender. The Kanya gets it back out to Mapimpi. Mapimpi goes over in the corner. When I say the corner. Couldn't have possibly stepped 2 meters to the right to make Sia Masuku's job easier. Why doesn't he do that? Because he knows that there is ice in Sia the Sauce Masuku's veins. And my goodness, did he not just slot that final kick with absolute calmness. Unnerved is the current fly half of choice for me in the country in terms of players who are playing at their best of their ability. But what a story it is for Sia Masuku. Let's look at some of the stats and see exactly where the game was won and lost. So if we look at it, and a lot of it is dominated by Claremont, including territory. They have more territory as well as more possession, only just. But if you look at the set plays, for example, they're 100% line of success rate, 100% scrum win. Sharks, on the other hand, 67% scrums. The scrums actually weren't great, apart from the one, which was Vincent Koch dominated. Then line percent as well for the Sharks, not great, winning just 69% of those. Let's look at the attack. Post-contact meters, Claremont had 405 across their 140 carries to Sharks, 116 carries, just 289 post-contact meters. More line breaks from Claremont, but as well as more passes. But for me, the big stat for them was their discipline. Conceding 12 penalties, 8 of them in the first half an hour, meant the Sharks should never have been in touch. They should have been put away, actually. But they kept them in the game through their poor discipline. If you look at the defense, 85% tackle completion. Sharks were asked to make 150 tackles, missed 40, so 79%. So not phenomenal from them. If we look at Claremont on the other hand, 139 tackles they were asked to make, missing just 25, so much better defensively from a percentage point of view. Kick ratio was pretty similar actually. If you look at the the two teams. Let's look at the big performance. Carries, I thought that Berea, the Claremont Lucia, was fantastic. 14 carries from him, but 12 from Etzebeth, 12 from Fussy as well. If you look at line breaks, Joris Durant, well, I'll tell you what, the wing was a thorn in the Sharks' side. Etzebeth also with two line breaks. But sometimes you always say that, games are won with attack, tournaments and trophies are won with defense. Claremont Krobler came on as the substitute and made 17 tackles. Only Marcus Kramer, of course, was the man who's tackled more than him. Apart from that, Vincent Tuka put in a good shift with 15 tackles. James Fenton with 11 with the loose shirt getting around there. I thought that Pepsi Buthelezi also carried very, very well. So, yes, nice individual performances, but overall, Claremont really had majority of the dominance, and we're sitting there going, how have we lost that? But you've got to capitalize, and the Sharks did that. Maybe Claremont can be guilty of not taking the opportunities and putting the Sharks away. The Sharks, however, will move into the final. We'll see you guys all there for the live stream. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.